Alright, so you guys, I wasn't going to cover this. Actually, before we get into anything, I just want to say thank you all so much for 10,000 subscribers. We just hit that milestone today, literally like an hour ago. That means the world to me. That is a lot of subscribers. But I wasn't going to cover this, but I just felt like I had to because, look, I'm Whadasha, right? I have to cover this. How Do We Relationship manga gets live action series in September. This was last month we got this announcement, and you know, we're getting an 8-episode live action series of How Do We Relationship. Now, if you guys don't already know this, out of every Yuri manga I've talked about, out of every Yuri manga I've ever reviewed, How Do We Relationship is my all-time favorite. And I've never had any, manga I love actually receive anything more than just a manga, right? Like, I'm sure some of you guys may say things like Adachi and Shimamura, but like, by the time I started covering Adachi and Shimamura, the anime was already out, so... And what else? I mean, I guess This Monster Wants to Eat Me and Watanabe, but... I mean, I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day as well, but I'm not particularly the biggest fans of those series. Like, of course, I like them, I've covered them, but those aren't my hill to die on. How Do We Relationship, on the other hand, I'll die on this hill. I'll fight someone for this. But yeah, as you can see, it's getting an 8-episode live action. This is the best Yuri news I've heard in years. Seriously, it's been years. At least for me. I'm sure there's been good Yuri news for you guys. But this is the one thing that I've actually been like, yo, I actually have to cover this. Now we have Riho Sayashi as Seiko Sawatari. Now I have no idea who this girl is. Let's go ahead and actually check her out. Why not? So Riho Sayashi, 28 years old. She's a actress and she's a singer. Okay. Now what are some roles that she's been part of? Let's see if I recognize any of these. I really don't know why I clicked. I don't watch Japanese media. That was kind of stupid. Of course I'm not going to recognize her. But this is our Seiko right here, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm curious, how far are we going to go in? Because you see, she still has the Seiko. This is still very early series Seiko. This is like chapter 1 Seiko. So I wonder, are we going to go all the way to the point where she cuts her hair and where she, fixes her roots and all that? And I'm curious, Riho Sayashi, I don't know you, but are you willing to cut your hair for this role? That's the question we got to ask. Are you cutting your hair for this role? No, I'm just kidding. You don't cut your hair for the... I mean, if you're dedicated, then I'm not stopping you, but... Yeah. Then we also have Miwa here. I think this is... If I'm being completely honest, this was the first thing I saw. And I think that Sakurako, she's killing this look. She's seriously killing this look. She has the exact, Miwa's classic bob. She has the same shade of hair. She kind of has the... I don't know if you guys can see it, but she has like the kind of like... what would you call it? The kind of like, I'm trying my best not to get canceled here. She has the eyes, the round eyes. I don't know why that took me so long to remember. Then as you can see, she's also wearing the outfit we see Miwa wear towards the start. Was Seiko wearing a flannel at the start of How Do We Relationship? I actually don't know. Was she wearing a flannel? I don't know. But both these actors look phenomenal right now. They look stunning. Like, I think this is going to be great. And I feel like this is the answer to a question I've been posing for a very long time. If you guys watch any of my content, I'm sure you guys know, Whadasha is always, How Do We Relationship shouldn't get an anime. Sakura shouldn't get an anime. I'm kind of a crybaby, huh, now that I'm thinking about it. But actually, don't respond to that. I'm not a crybaby, guys. But I think this is actually good. Like, an 8-episode little live action series. I think this can be done well because we don't have to worry about them moving in like 5 FPS unless they record this in 5 FPS, and they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, okay? Oh man, I think I'm actually excited for this. What? Oh, dude, it's been so... I think I already said this maybe at the start of this video. I've been on a little bit of a Yuri detox. I've really been out of the space. To be honest, I don't want to make this video super gloomy, but this year has been very rough on me, and I have tried to erase kind of who I am fundamentally throughout this year, and of course some of that includes the things I love, erasing the things I love, and kind of stepping away and, you know, punishing myself for... Listen, we're not going to get into it. As you can tell, it's kind of messy, but Yuri was one of those things that I really punished myself on, and that's why I haven't been around to cover some works like I Want to Love You Till Your Dying Day, or any of those. This has really been a challenging year for me, where I have kind of been, I want to say, growing up. That's kind of the best way I can put it. Growing up and understanding what I want my relationship with content creation to be, how I want my audience to see me as a creator, and a lot of those things. And unfortunately, while some of my other channels have experienced major success, Whadasha, the thing closest to my heart, has taken the brunt of all of that, with 5-month hiatuses, 1-month hiatuses, and you know, that's a very sad thing. Let's fix this tone though. This video is not supposed to be serious. You guys don't care about that. You guys don't care about that. But yeah, I'm not sure if I've said this yet, but this is going to be an 8-episode series. So I'm curious how long these parts are going to be and what the pacing is going to be like, because, well, I can't really tell you. How far is it going to go is the question. Are they going to go all the way to the end of the series? Like, are they going to cover Tamaki and Miwa? Are they going to cover Yuri and Seiko? Or what are we going to do here? Because I feel like when you do a How Do We relationship adaptation, like I've posed in a lot of my videos before, you can't really just skip over those events, as they are integral events to that story. The fallout with Miwa and Tamaki, that leaves a permanent scar on her character that plays into the later chapters. You can't fast forward Yuria and Seiko, because that teaches her a valuable lesson about communication and how to be more open, that she directly carries towards the later halves of the story. Because if you cut the stuff out, then you end up having a Tokyo Ghoul situation where no one knows what the fuck Kaneki is doing and why. So yeah, I'm imagining if this is only going to be 8 episodes, then this is going to be like, they're going to be on the longer end, so maybe 30 episodes each, or maybe an hour episode each. Kind of like Stranger Things. That's what Stranger Things did, right? They dropped hour-long episodes, I believe, and it was only like 8 episodes for season 5 or something like that. I believe they did something along those lines, so this is like a legitimate series, if that hasn't, you know, sunk in yet. Now, let's check out some of these directors, because I have no idea who these guys actually even are. So, I believe this is the Kana Yamada we are looking for. Yeah, writer, director. Let's check out some of her works. Let's see what she has to offer up here. So, Contrast, this looks like this might be a yaoi work, 2026. Is this a yaoi work? Yeah, this is a yaoi work. Now, I'm not big on yaoi. Let me know if you guys have seen this down below in the comments. But she also directed a yaoi work. It might actually be worth to give this a look, because, you know, this is another 8-episode series, kind of like what she's going to be doing for How Do We relationships, so it'll give us some insight into what that may look like. Now, Kana Yamada is going to be directing the masses of the episodes, which is good, because it looks like she has a background with LGBTQ works, which is very cool. I actually do kind of want to check this out. Let's check out Contrast. Why not? Shall we check this out? Just look at a few scenes to see what it's like. So here, this is one of the few things I can find. Not few things. It's one of the things that doesn't completely butcher everything with the editing. Yeah. Why does it say AI here, guys? If I show you an AI video, I'm sorry. But let's see. Let's see. It's over now. Ooh, music. Played 1 second of it. We're not making any money off this video. Let's see. Now, so far, the first thing I noticed is that the actors are putting their foot into this. You can see the tears. You can really feel the kind of atmosphere that's, you know, crawling off this scene. And I also do notice that it really is looking for... It seems like it's honing in on more of a sort of raw atmosphere, you know, like they're not trying super hard on the shots, but rather just capturing what exists in the moment. It's... Damn. Should I watch this? This shit kind of looks good. Should I watch this? Now, that's Kana Yamada, who is going to be directing the masses of it, so that's a little taste of what this may have to offer. Now, we have... I'm gonna butcher this. Wait, editing me, don't put that in the video. That was so otherworldly off, guys. I'm tired. I haven't taken my afternoon nap yet, and I've been editing for the past 3 days straight. It's Soon Hai Hong, I think. I don't fucking know. Soon Hai Hong is directing episodes 4, 5, and 7. Now, let's check this director out as well. So, this is what our friend Soon Hai worked on. Let's see. Oh, she's hidden that. She's hidden that. Anyways, I did a little brief look at the sort of synopsis for this. This story is apparently about a girl who's trying to break out into the music industry, you know, follow her dreams. So this is by Soon Hai Hong. Again, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering that, but this is one of the films that they have directed. Now, again, it really does capture that feel. I know that, oh, I love her hair. Her hair is seriously beautiful. Not even beautiful, that's cool. I love the way her hair looks. I wish my hair did that, you guys. My hair doesn't do that though, you guys. But again, you see it really just captures that. Is that brisk? Oh, my ADHD. I'm sorry, guys. That's another thing you may notice throughout this video. ADHD is it's getting worse. But as you can see, this also captures that is not brisk. That I'm sorry, guys. This also kind of captures that raw feel, and now that I'm thinking about it, it may not be these directors per se, but this may just be a sort of thing that Japanese media tend to do, these live-action Japanese media, because the live-action Japanese media I've seen, like Mirrored Mine and All About Lily, Shushu, and some other ones, they were all like this as well. They're very raw, rather than focusing on trying to engineer these moments for the utmost spectacle. It kind of focuses on what just happens, almost like you're sitting here with these characters, as opposed to actually watching from the view of a camera or something like that. And I think that's why this How Do We relationship work is really gonna hit for me. Because this is just something I can sit down and watch. Guys, let me know. Let me know if you guys want videos on this. I will literally cover episodes 1 through 8. Let me know. I will actually cook. I promise you guys, I'll cook. I'll cook, guys. I'll cook. Oh, wow. Viz licensed the series as well. But yeah, you guys, this is the first piece of How Do We relationship media in a very long time, and it's something I'm actually really excited for. I can't wait for this. I think we've kind of exhausted everything. I think we've more than exhausted everything. We have 3 pictures here, and wait, did we check out Sakurako Konishi? I don't think we did. Oh, wow. Yeah, like even in her modern day life, she just rocks the bob cut. She kind of is Miwa. Like, this is just our Miwa right here. Look, oh my gosh, editing me, put that one picture of Miwa on screen and contrast it next to this. This is literally our Miwa. She jumped right out the screen. Oh my gosh. But let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Editing me, when you do open up the IMDb tabs, do please make sure to blur the top right, because we definitely did just dox ourselves, and I didn't notice until just now. Who cares? My name is already out there. My actual name, by the way, I think I leaked that like 6 years ago on my old channel, and people haven't let go. But whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know how you guys feel about this adaptation here. Let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Let me know, is Whadasha back, guys? Is Whadasha literally so back for 10K, or am I only back to get money? Let me know what you guys think. Don't. Obviously, that was a joke. I have to say that because people are going to take it too serious. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. That would absolutely mean the world. I will be seeing you guys on Saturday with, well, my entire story of How Do We relationship part 1, and then oh, I kind of wonder who's going to play Rika in Ushi. What if I'm in this? What if I'm playing Rika? Do you guys think I can play Rika? Well, actually, I don't think I want to play Rika because, you know, how are they going to handle that? Because Rika has a lot of, like, NSFW scenes. Are they going to be like... Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Let me just end it. I'll see you all next time.